So I said I'll be using cramers rule. This is the fastest and accurate way of finding your y and r. You are going to find an accurate answer. So now we have this equation and okay, what did I do? Okay, you have that equation, the first equation and the second equation. So we are saying we're going to find the change. The change is actually when, so the first thing is putting these guys into a matrix form like I've done there. Then now finding the change. When finding the change is just basically multiplying 0.28 and multiply it by 120, then less 20 multiplied by 0.3, and this is what I did here just to lessen this video. So my change was this change. I'm going to keep it. Now the other thing that we're going to do is, so I'm going to find the change in R. Okay, just a minute. My change, let me just change the color. So my change in R is equal to, so now how do I know that I'm finding change in R? This side of the equation. Okay, so now we are finding the change in R. So let me just explain how to find the change in R. If you look at our original equation here, you find out that this is what is there, this is what is there with their signs, okay, and this is what is there. But when you're finding the change in R, you get these guys, that is finding change in R, then you replace them where there's 20 and negative 120, and your matrix should be like this. Those guys should be here, but you must maintain this first part. You see that the first part is still maintained when finding a change in R. So when you get this guy, these two guys, and place them there, you have this equation. So this is when you're finding the change in R. And my change in R, when you multiply this and that and less it to this multiplication of that and this, then you're going to have that as a change in R. Now let's just find our change in Y. Okay, let me just change that. Okay, so now when we're trying to find, when you're trying to find your income, we are saying let's change this part, this first part of the equation. We now get that these two, let me just go back there, the equation. Okay, so I just get these guys and put them in the first part of this equation. When I do that, this part will remain constant when I'm finding the what? The y, the change in y. So when I find the change in y, I'll just multiply those two and I'll find that answer. So now I want to find the y, but what do I do? Okay, let me look for a better page, a blank page. Okay, alright. Okay, let me just use this page here. So now I want to find the change in y and the change in r. So y is equal to change in y over change, okay, where this change and that change will go. So I'll have what? My y. So change is equal to, what did we get? Our change is 81 negative 81,600, okay. So negative 81,600 over, what was our change? Let's just find our change. Our change was negative 39.6. Okay, let's just return to our page. Negative 39.6. So now what is our y? Our y becomes 20,060.61. So this becomes our change. I mean our income. So now let's find our rates. Let's find another suitable page and just erase what's there. So just erase everything that is in here. Let me just even differentiate the color and use another color now. Okay, let me choose this one. So now we're saying change in R over change will give us R. So our R is equal to what was our change in R. Okay, change in R. Our change in R is negative 124.8. Okay, so let's return to our page and find our R. Negative 124.8 over what was our change? Our change was negative 39.6. Okay, negative 39.6, and my rate becomes 3.15. So this is my rate. So what are we saying? We are saying that okay, let me just erase that. We're saying that our rate is 3.15 when my income, when I get an income of when I get an income of about 2061, right? Let me just check through my income again. Yeah, 2061. Yeah, so that becomes so these are my answers. So these become my answers, and this is how you find your answers in national income faster. Use cramers rule. If you want to find your answers faster, use cramers rule.